can't exactly say back to life, back to reality because it was a draw, but at the same time, that was very disappointing to come out with that after what we like started out with. What we started out with was a promising first half performance. It was professional, as much as it wasn't the best either because we didn't start that well. The two goals from Callum Wilson, regardless of the fact that we bottled it today, I have to apologise to Callum Wilson. Simple as that. With the amount of stuff that I said, I'm an accountable man. I apologise uh, to Callum Wilson for not supporting the signing from the jump. We need a striker regardless to help the guy because once a striker can't do 90 minutes like that, we have no focal point up front, and then that happens. And I thought, despite the fact that we didn't see much from the attackers, I thought the defenders played really well up until like the 60th minute. Wan-Bissaka put in some great tackles, doing his job. Walker Peters, when he came on, did well. But the problem is, I don't know whether Guilherme was injured, but putting Kyle Walker Peters on is good. But we didn't really get to see his attacking qualities because we didn't have the ball. We didn't have the ball. So it ended up becoming a six at the back. And I feel like that fully restricted us. And I feel like you should never go out and just defend for your lives for the last 45 minutes, regardless of the situation you're in, because people need to understand you have to defend really good with good defenders. Max Kilman could only do so much because he's not good enough. And cool, the handball was it is what it is. We should stop it from getting to the handball in the first place. To be honest with you, we should stop it from getting there. Um, but between him and Igor, I can't excuse that second goal. Like great from Senesi and great from Unal, who once again haunts me again. But for the love of God, can you please just close your man down when they're about to pass to you? It gets kind of ridiculous when you're letting someone try and line split your whole team. It gets ridiculous. I can't lie. I'm not a fan of that. I'm not a fan of the way that way of operating. I'm a fan of balance. Going out to try and defend a 2-0 lead in the 90th minute is exactly why I've been skeptical upon this manager. Now, I'm going to look back at this and say this with chest. Yeah, listen, we played really well against Newcastle. We got the job done against Burnley, but we didn't play well, as I mentioned multiple times. And we started off well against Bournemouth. Yes, the signs are there that we can maybe survive. And yes, it's 3 games unbeaten, but the performances and the lack of consistency over 90 minutes doesn't really convince me forefront about this manager and about West Ham United at this current moment in time in general. It doesn't. I'm going to be so honest, it doesn't. And I think that also comes from the fact that he took Fernandez off and put Fulkrug on, which I don't mind Fulkrug coming on, but because he put Suchek on earlier, he restricted himself with the amount of players he could take on, put on, sorry. When Fernandez came off, we lost complete control of the game. Even though we didn't have the ball in the first place, at least we had Fernandez and Potts to retain it. When Suchek came on, he was winning duels, but sometimes when Suchek goes in to win duels, he's trying to battle the other players at West Ham because he's trying to win everything, which is a hindrance at times. It happens. It does happen when he's on the pitch. So the reason why I'm not ranting and raving is because I'm too tired, to be honest with you, of this club. I'm just tired in general, but I'm very tired of like seeing the same thing when it comes to this club and having to like try and warn people and be like, not everything has been solved straight away. Because why are we constantly just trying to? And again, like we've gone through negatives for a long time, so any little positive that we can make, we're trying to like expand it as much as we can. But for me, the problems still stand. The problems still stand. This is going to be a long way to go. But if we had got 3 wins in a row, it would have made our life a lot easier with the run that we have ahead of us. And people got to understand, if you're 2-0 up, you shouldn't be drawing 2-2. You shouldn't be. I don't care who it is. I don't care who it is. Because Bournemouth, they were looking shaky. They were looking shaky and we didn't capitalize upon it. But what I said in my watch log was that Bournemouth are resilient. They don't give up. They don't give up. And that has helped them quite a bit. And they made the right subs. We made the wrong subs. I feel like even if you're going to defend, I don't mind being defensive. You just got to have something to do in possession to help everyone. Like I don't think it's a good idea to just go defensive, and that was it. With the run we have coming up with Liverpool, Villa, City, all these teams, Brighton, Fulham, etc., like it's going to be a very difficult run, a very very difficult run with the teams that are on form right now. Like Brighton, etc. Fulham's not on form, so maybe that's a win we can take advantage of. But we have to fight every single game. Yes, Liverpool lost to Forest. They did. But that doesn't mean that West Ham are also going to roll over Nottingham Forest. It doesn't mean that. It doesn't mean that at all. I'm hoping Somerville's injury is not too bad. I like Guilherme. I liked his 45-minute appearance. I don't think he needed to come off. But I do think we missed someone like a Somerville there, a bit more explosive down the left-hand side. I don't rate the formation change at all. I think you could have gone with a Magasser and Souček in midfield and kept the 4-2-3-1 and helped yourself. If he continues to experiment and tweak it when he doesn't need to tweak it, then it's exactly what I've been saying about a manager like Nuno Espirito Santo. I am not a big fan of these type of managers that constantly tweak it when they don't need to tweak it and don't keep their best team uh, on all fronts. Luckily, we have Lucas Paquetá back because we lost a lot of control today, and he brings that control. Fernandez and Potts could only do so much with. There's only two of them in midfield. I thought Todibo played well today. Really, just restricted a lot of the threats. The defense fell apart. Funny enough, the more defensive we got, the worse our defense actually looked because, just in general, the control wasn't there, the balance wasn't there. So that is my opinion. That is my opinion personally, because if you go 6 at the back, for example, you lose your control defensively. You actually lose your control defensively because your midfield is unbalanced to help your defense. So putting more defenders in the back line doesn't mean you're just gonna, do a madness or whatever. But anyway, people, I need to go. That's why it's a short fan cam. But take care and peace, people. And yeah, we'll talk about more of this the next time.